Three.
Hey everyone, my name is Kyle, and when we had to choose a topic for our speech, I'm not going to lie, it was really difficult. The two words that continuously stood out to me were socially and culturally. I started to think that we come from a nation that's really social and really diverse. We have many people from different ethnic backgrounds, genders, and preferences. That's when I started to realize that throughout the centuries, we've had many people, such as Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and Susan B. Anthony, who fought for their rights and made history trying to fight for equality. It wasn't always like that. Blacks and whites were separated, and women and men were separated. But in our generation, we still fail to acknowledge the groups that are continuously fighting for their rights. Let me ask you guys all a question. How many of you know someone who is a member of LGBT? Okay, that's like half of you. A member of a family or a friend or even a teacher could be part of the LGBT community. Homosexuality has been highly opinionated for many decades. With over 7 billion people in the world, 1 in 4 people are labeled as LGBT. That's half. That makes okay. If you add it up, that makes half of population. That's half of the population who still aren't legally to be who. That's half of the population who is still not legally able to get married. Half of the population who is cruelly punished for their preferences, and half of the community who are still struggling to keep their sexual orientation a secret. A secret. Because it is looked down upon in the community. Although many have succeeded in the struggle for equal rights, homosexual couples persist in ongoing fights for equality. Now, what exactly is LGBT? LGBT refers to LGBT refers to gender identity or the relationship of sex and gender and self-expression. Members of the LGBT community are limited to their basic rights. In Indonesia, a group called Yogyakarta Principles is an organization enforcing human rights laws for homosexuals. In many countries, such as Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, people are in many countries such as Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, people are continuing to be punished for based on their sexual orientation. These punishments include torture, execution, and the rights of a child. Another organization named Amnesty International promotes human rights for LGBT members. These organizations go above and beyond to promote equal rights in the LGBT community. Anyone gay, straight, black, or white should be able to enjoy their rights as a citizen rather than wrongly being punished based on sexual orientation. Homosexuals are also represented. Homosexuals are also reprimanded for the rights of marriage. Marriage is the beauty of two individuals becoming one with the power of love. In America, same-sex marriage is only legal in about 19 states. Robert Jarvis is a libertarian candidate of Virginia who uses his power to the public to promote the legalization of marriage in Virginia. Same-sex couples should be allowed to publicly celebrate the commitment and the same benefits of marriage in Same-sex couples should be allowed to publicly celebrate their commitment and have the same benefits of marriage in the same Same-sex couples should be allowed to publicly celebrate their commitment and have the same benefits of marriage in the same ways as heterosexual couples. Many LGBT members also experience the most discriminating acts in the workforce. Andrew Sullivan, a member of the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, proposes that companies change their policies against gays in the workforce. Overall, members of the LGBT community continue to fight for their rights. This whole speech, I refer to homosexuals as us, because we are one community and we must ask ourselves what we can do to help make our community This whole speech, I refer to homosexuals as us, because we are all one community and we must ask ourselves what we can do to help our community promote equality in each individual. Thank you. Oh my god, that was I'm sweating. That was the
You
worst
just have
thing
to do
ever.
questions.